Matthew 18, verse 23 to 35. In this parable, Jesus tells of a king who forgave a servant's enormous debt after the servant pleaded for mercy. However, this same servant refused to forgive a fellow servant who owed him a much smaller amount. When the king heard of this, he was angered and revoked his forgiveness, punishing the servant severely. Jesus concludes by stating, "This is how my heavenly Father will treat each of you unless you forgive your brother or sister from your heart." The magnitude of God's forgiveness. The first servant owed an astronomical sum to the king, representing humanity's immense debt of sin to God. Despite this, the king freely forgave the debt out of mercy and compassion. The call to forgive others. The forgiven servant's refusal to extend the same mercy to his fellow servant highlights the hypocrisy and ingratitude in failing to forgive others. Consequences of unforgiveness. By refusing to forgive, the servant faced severe consequences. Similarly, when we harbor unforgiveness, it not only harms our relationship with others, but also separates us from experiencing the fullness of God's forgiveness and blessings. Reflect on God's forgiveness. Take time to meditate on the magnitude of God's forgiveness in your own life. Recognize the extent to which God has forgiven you, despite your shortcomings and sins. Practice forgiveness. Make a conscious effort to forgive those who have wronged you, regardless of the magnitude of their offense. Remember that forgiveness is not condoning the wrongdoing, but releasing the hold it has over you. As Jesus taught, forgive from your heart, letting go of resentment and bitterness. Seek reconciliation. Forgiveness often paves the way for reconciliation. If possible, initiate conversations with those you've forgiven to mend relationships and restore harmony. This may require humility, understanding, and a willingness to listen. Regularly examine your heart. Regularly assess your own heart to identify any lingering feelings of unforgiveness or resentment. Seek God's help in letting go of these emotions and replacing them with love, compassion, and understanding. Extend grace to others. Just as God has shown grace and mercy to you, extend the same to others. Be quick to forgive, slow to anger, and generous in showing kindness and compassion.